shoes don't make sense.
Hey everyone, nice to see you again. And now we're going to do another one on these three very big influencers in the trans community who really influence young people. And I call them the Three Stooges because they're constantly hanging out together. And you're going to see what I found, which I found so much stuff I had to really just kind of pick through what I felt could help to sort of help guide me along in this story that I want to show you. So let's just go on with this right now. And I'm going to first bring you the Three Stooges so you see who I'm talking about.
Just doing a fit check. Oh. Shoe.
The shoes don't make sense.
They're cute. It's just because the back.
Ew, they're so gross. Okay, so just so you know, I'll let you know their names. JVN from Queer Guy for the Straight Guy or some show like that. He's also a hairdresser who's obsessed with trans kids. ALOK, who's also obsessed with trans kids. And the way this guy speaks is just mumbo jumbo, like those manipulative words. And he's an academic. And then the third is our favorite, Dylan Mulvaney. All of them are just so into these kids. It's creepy and weird, and they really push the trans kid narrative. I'll bring this one up next.
Message is,
We are with you.
We see you.
We hear you.
We got you. We're excited to see you grow.
you're so loved.
We're not
There
leaving
they are.
you behind. We're going to show.
So did you see that? There was JVN and ALOK at the same event. Okay, there they are. I'm going to show you another one where they're constantly hanging out in all these events. That event sponsored by TikTok and GLAAD, who are totally indoctrinating these kids, okay? And that was all about you're loved, you're okay. We see you, kids. It's literally about them all these famous trans people or non-binary or even gay people. It's weird to me that when I see gay people talking about trans kids, what about gay kids? Like, how you just like putting, if you're a gay person, wouldn't you be talking about when I was gay and young, like I wish I had somebody, but now they don't even talk like that. They're literally talking about when I was young, I wish I had a trans person. Like, but wait a minute, aren't you gay? They're all so confused, or they're also manipulative, however you want to look at it. So next I'm going to bring up this because this was actually when it came out, it was a big deal, and it's JVN on a podcast. And listen to what he says.
To come chat about my podcast like other
Yeah,
shows.
we're
Like,
going to do that.
this-
We're going to do that. I did not intend at all to get into a debate with you about this. I didn't want that at all. I adore you. I think you're hysterical and talented, and I love that you're an activist.
I could just cry because I'm so tired of having to fight for little kids because they just want to be included. I wish that people were as passionate about little kids being able to be included or grow up as they were about fictitious women's fairness in sports.
Oh my God. First off, how embarrassing, dude. No, I'm all about being emotional. That's fine. It has nothing to do with you being male. But what you're talking about, why are you crying for these little kids? Why are you putting your own trauma onto these kids? I wish when I thought you were a gay dude. Like, what happened? All of a sudden now you're trans, non-binary, and you're saying all these kids fictitious women's sport. What? Like, wow, dude, you better back on up there, friend. Don't forget, you are a male. You have no right to say that. You don't even understand the fight women have gotten to. But I'm moving over into another space. I'm going to keep on the kids right here. But literally crying about the kids, and the kids are fine. The kids are actually fine without you interjecting your own trauma onto them and acting as if they don't have a space in the world. Trans kids don't exist. You're all making it up. You're the one who's giving these kids so much trauma in their lives thinking they are trans. You watch, mark my words. Oh, it's going to come back to bite you all in the ass. All your indoctrination, and these videos are going to be there to show you that we were talking about it long before you were indoctrinating all these children. It's so disgusting. I get on a rampage because I can't help myself.
I wish I would have had growing up. My new children's book, Gorgeously Me, is out now. So often we are afraid of our differences. I think that something like Gorgeously Me can be a place for families to get to learn together about how really the things that make us special are the things that make us so gorgeously us. And we all have room to be who we are, and all of the parts of us.
Oh my God. He wrote a book, a kid's book about gorgeously being me for families to indoctrinate families into your kid's probably trans. What happened to this idea of not having gender stereotypes? What happened to this idea of we don't have to, you're a dude with long hair? Like, what happened to that? So now you're telling kids if they have these certain traits as a child, they're trans? So homeboy has a book, okay? But wait, I got some good stuff coming up here. I can't even believe homeboy has a book. Well, I don't. It's all the same. It's all these people are involved in this indoctrination. It's so gross. Okay, one of my favorites, because I think this person, just the mumbo jumbo that comes out of their mouth. I couldn't even pick between the stuff, but I picked this one because it's just watch.
Encounter trans people like me. They think that the transition is just one of gender, and that's only the surface. I think the true transition, and in fact the transition that the world needs most, is a transition from a false self to a true self. We grow up in a world that doesn't give us permission over our own bodies, over our own dignities, over our own beauties.
But wait, I gotta stop for a minute because this guy's such a hypocrite and doesn't even understand what he's saying. Because first off, you co-opted what trans is. Trans is a transition for a person who has gender dysphoria, who doesn't want to feel like a woman or a man and wants to be more feeling like a man or a woman. Okay, I'll use myself for that example. As you know, I'm a female who looks like a man because it makes me feel more comfortable. That's an actual trans person, okay? It is a binary space. It is not non-binary. It's none of that. It's literally a binary space. And then he's talking about how we don't give people permission to live in these spaces. You're the one not giving kids permission. You're the one who's telling kids that they have to trans themselves in order to live in the world properly. So the hypocrisy is just mind-blowing to me. Because he speaks these words that are gaslighty and around in a circle, so you think he's smarter than you. That's what this whole language is about. It's making you think, oh, I'm being enlightened right now. They must be knowing what they're talking about. Even though I don't really understand what they're talking about, they must know what they're talking. That's exactly what ALOK loves to do.
It prescribes to us personalities, identities, uniforms. And we spend our entire life on autopilot.
No, we
trying
don't.
To be that which other people need us to be.
Because, see, he's talking about himself and his own. We don't all go on autopilot. How dare you? So he just thinks he's smarter than everybody else, and he's created this whole. You know, people like me have been around before you, ALOK, okay? And so have non-binary. They were called androgynous, okay? And they've been around way longer than you. You're like, anyway, I can't. I'm just going to keep going off on ALOK, and I want to I can't stand that guy. So, okay, watch this one.
Moving beyond the gender binary is not the same thing as requiring everyone to identify as non-binary. I think that we're in this moment right now where people receive this language of gender neutrality as erasing their right to be a woman or a man, or a kind of new era of political correctness, and I'm doing that in scare quotes, where people are not allowed to preserve their right, their God-given right to be
blah, blah. See what I mean? But guess what? The reason I'm showing you this one, and look at, the way this guy dresses. I can't help it. I just had to say it. But, I don't mean to be judgmental about the way you dress, but I just can't help myself. So it's like he purposely wants to look like that to just make you get all crazy about it. So anyway, that being said, the reason I brought this here is because guess who else has a book? Beyond the gender binary. And who do you think these books are targeted at? They're targeted at young people. So here's another big influencer who got a book deal and pushed a book to these young trans youth. That's the reason I brought this to you, because this guy has a book too. Oh my God, it's just so frustrating. Okay, so let's get rid of you. Bye. And I want to bring up one of our all-time favorites.
Hi everyone, I just want you to know that I support you and I'm rooting for you, and just know that I know sometimes life feels dark, but you will always find the light, and there are people out there who love you, including me, and trans youth are loved.
See? Trans youth are loved. There you go. Indoctrinating kids and putting your own trauma on it. How do you know? Anyway, these people think that they know everything. This person transitioned a year ago, and now they're a trans expert. But wait, it gets even better.
Hi, is this an okay time? Oh, I really hope it is, because I finally get to tell you about the thing that I've been working on for over 2 years. Booby drumroll. It is my debut book titled Paper Doll, Notes from a Late Bloomer. And I've just received the advance copy, and it's really cute, right?
Wow.
And the book is a collection of journal entries from my first year of transition, covering topics that I couldn't talk about on here, as well as essays that explore some of the messier moments, like doing ayahuasca and being kissed as a girl for the first time. But more than anything, it is about how I rediscovered trans joy after extreme pain.
Okay, so literally Dylan says things I can't talk about on here, TikTok, right? But I can put it in a book for kids to listen to and talk about your drug trips and all your first kisses. And come on, people. So all three of these influencers have a book. They all have a book that targets young people. Wow. I'm just like, wow. If that's not just, okay. Anyway, I just, am frustrated. And you should be frustrated too. These are the people who are telling kids they're trans. They all hang out with each other. So, real quick here, I want to get this in because I think it's an important piece to all of this. There is this trans woman influencer who's called the Trans Handy Ma'am. And people have been sending me a lot of stuff about this person, which I'll be doing a video later on. But I found this when I was kind of searching, and I think it really goes a piece in here. And it's a great piece at the end. This person, the Trans Handy Ma'am, Mercury Stardust is their trans name. Wow, really? Has a huge influence on young people and has had allegations of SA against them, okay? Allegations of SA, yet they are a big influencer to young people. So I found this video. I just have to show this to you.
Mercury, please pick up.
Wow.
Someone at the door.
Dylan! This is incredible timing, Mercury!
Oh, so good.
They're all hanging out together. That person has allegations of underage kids and doing, yep, totally, it's a fact. That one right there. Okay, and now they're there to raise $4 million for oh wait, I should just let you see the
through an organization called Point of Pride.
They are there to create more money for gender affirming surgery for young people. Okay, come on, man. Just come on. And that person, Mercury Stardust, has allegations, okay, of SA towards a minor. And we're okay with all this. And Dylan's hanging out with them. They're all hanging out together. You've got to see that whole picture there. Okay? Disgusting. Gross. I'm going to leave you with this. These people have a lot of influence towards these young people, and why young people are being indoctrinated into these thought processes that they're trans and you don't have to have gender dysphoria and you can transition and detransition and transition and detransition and tell you what? No, we need mental health care. These kids are not trans. They're dealing with some stuff, okay? Maybe there's a kid who has some gender dysphoria, but that doesn't necessarily make you trans. It's a long process, and I'll keep saying it. And I will not tolerate this stuff with these people who have so much influence out there to these young people. And then they push them against people like me who've been doing this triple the time that these people have been doing it. You would think that people would see that I have some type of what they love to call lived experience, who care. I care about these kids. I never want a kid to have to suffer with whatever kind of stuff that they're saying they're suffering with. But the first and foremost thing we must do is get these kids into a mental health care situation and get them away from people like this. So with that, my friends, I just get so emotional. I can't help myself. I hope you have a beautiful, awesome day. Thanks so much for supporting this channel. It means so much to me. If you could like this and comment and subscribe to the channel, we're really moving up. And that says a lot to me. It says you all care like I do. And together, we're going to find some really great, healthy space for these kids to move forward in the world. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.